of young people right now, they are in their 30s. They're saying, now, when are you going to get married? Say, when can I get married? Married the call. I'm unable to feed myself. I go carry another person's daughter, put for house. Wait, I go take feed them. You are wondering that people are in their 30s, early 40s. They have no real purpose in life. They have no children. They have no wives. They have no nothing. Because it's already obvious. And those are the people that we consider smart now. Ogbeni, you are lucky. Only lucky. Lomo. Meanwhile, when our parents were in their 20s, they were already married. Some of them some of them started having us in their 20s, and they were still able to send us to school. Some of them were able to build houses, start businesses in their late 20s. In their 30s, some of them were already done with a childbearing. Meanwhile, look at our generation. Look at what they have done to us. People are in their 30s right now. They are on colos. You see them at the sporty bets. Everywhere. They are looking for way out of this jam. Right now, no purpose, no nothing, no direction. Some of them are still at home collecting pocket money. They are, AK, you go come area this evening. Well, I know they come up, Charlie. In fact, me and Male, we dey fight. What thing happen now? Why you dey fight Male? Why you dey fight your mommy? You no go believe am. I dey tell her, say this 1,000 naira she dey give me, it no be anything. It's not as if to say I don't want to work. She knows I'm trying to find a job, but she will be giving me 1,000 naira. What thing I want to take 1,000 naira do? Your mama sent you go school. When I was growing up, some of our parents were told that they believed that they were investing in us. So that when we kind of get to a certain age, we begin to feed them. Now, people are in their late 30s, in their early 40s. They see they collect the feeding money. They see they go open their mama pot. Say, mommy, say, Kenny, soup don't finish. Where do we go shop now? Who chopped the last meat? At the age of 35, you are fighting your sisters at home. Even your sisters at the age of 30 something, they too, they have nowhere to go. Graduate, no job, no nothing. They are ruining generations. They are ruining lives. And some of you, rather, you are joining them. You are shouting, and you look on, our look on, and your life don't spoil. And that is why you don't need to ask me way forward. Because I don't have to tell you the way forward. Think you use your head and know, this is not life. Mayego is showing us every day those who are responsible for all of this because of their economic policies. But you are still there defending them. Anyway, going forward again. Here is another one. My sister.
Jagaban Kareem.
Jagaban Kareem. Wike seems to have come to the last is coming to the scratching end of his political braggadocio. As this guy from Bauchi, Bala Muhammad.
Democracy.
Bala, not yet. I still want to say something. Hang on. Bala Muhammad, which is who happened to be, I think, is the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum. He said, Wike is arrogant. He's very loud and ignorant as well. That they will deal with him at the right time. It's because there are some people within the PDP who are sort of beholden to Wike. They are those helping him to get away with a lot of those things he's been saying. But somehow it seems that the end is near. Now that they have decided to remove the acting PDP chairman, Damagum. So Damagum is like a two-faced criminal too, who is in bed with Wike. Nobody knows why or how. But it seems that they are now done and tired of all the shenanigans. So this guy from Bauchi, this terrorist sympathizer governor of Bauchi state, Bala Muhammad, they said that Damagum would have to step down Another person will become the PDP acting chairman. The members of the national working committees that are shielding Werey, they too would have to kind of say goodbye. And you can begin to count the days of Werey's shenanigans with the people destroying people coming to an end. I don't know, but he said it here.
Sustainable democracy for our dear nation. Along that line, we discussed extensively the need for collaboration between the Nigerian Governors Forum, the PDP Governors Forum, and the National Working Committee, so that some of the issues that result in litigation, issues that cannot be resolved, will be resolved on the table. It is along this line that we collectively agreed the need for rule of law, and the delegation gave their firm commitment or support to the position of the Nigerian Governors Forum, PDP, on Rivers State, where we have an established practice in which any governor in any state that is coming from the party is the leader of the party and will therefore have the structure of the party for sustainability. That commitment on behalf of the Governors Forum, we are very grateful to the National Working Committee, ably led by the legal advisor. We also discussed some of the legal issues that are lingering, and I use the opportunity on behalf of the Governors Forum to ask the delegation to convey our appreciation to the acting national chairman and to insist that please, those committees they have set up on reconciliation and disciplinary issues should work in a manner that we will do it through consensus, through agreement, so that at least we will not create any political imbroglio. In conclusion, I seize the opportunity to thank them and to assure them going forward, the Governors Forum will be meeting with them from time to time and to give them all the support so that we can have a well-knitted structure between all the organs of the party, the BOT, the NWC, and even some of the other organs like the former Governors Forum, former Ministers Forum, so that all the stakeholders will be talking in the same voice, so that in 2027, inshallah, Nigerians will have the hope of having PDP back and good governance back into the country. Thank you very much. On the summary of our discussion on what is on the table in the country about the change of leadership to get a permanent leadership in the party, because right now our brother from the Northeast is acting as chairman, and it is a constitutional aberration because according to our constitution, any vacancy that exists must be filled from where that vacancy is created. And we know the North Central have been craving for it, and we discussed the issue. We will work with the acting national chairman and the working committee and the party to ensure that the Northeast is given and the North Central is given the opportunity to assume that responsibility, since we in the Northeast also benefited from such constitutional arrangement, where after the resignation of Alhaji Bamanga Tukur, our brother, our former governor, Ahmed Adamu Azu, became the chairman of the PDP. It is not something that is in contention by the grace of God. Thank you.
So that's them kind of responding now, and their intention now is to ensure that they restructure themselves enough, right? That how could there were a Wike who enjoyed that same privilege as executive governor? PDP believes that the party structure in that state should be with the governor, but Werey won't have that. He's already taken over the PDP structure in Rivers State, in that their last Congress or convention, what have you, where Werey's men emerged as the state leadership of PDP in Rivers, and Fubara was left with nothing. So that same day saying they are doing all their internal restructuring now, enough that Kubara would have to actually enjoy that privilege, which means whatever it is that Wike is holding on to is just temporary, according to him. But we shall see. Same way, the crisis infested Labour Party, where a Pampas, as well as Judas Abure, have reached the tail end or scratching end of all their own shenanigans too. Remember, Abure got disgraced out of an INEC meeting. The meeting called, the meeting of party leaders in Nigeria called by the INEC. Abure attended and he was bounced out. Like, you do not belong here. You are no longer the the Labour Party chairman. And you should please stop parading yourself as one. So last week, Peter Obi, Alex Otti, all of the elected members of Labour Party, the National Assembly, the State Assembly, and all that, they assembled in Aba, where Alex Otti hosted them. And they then came up with a 29-member caretaker transition committee, led by Nenadi Usman, a former finance minister in Nigeria. Yes. So Nenadi, a woman, she is now the one to conduct a congress that would usher in the new leadership of a Labour Party, something that Abure frowned at. But right now, yesterday, the INEC reiterated that by saying he should stop parading himself as a Labour Party chairman. Abure no go agree. He is now in bed with Apampas Lamidiot. And Lamidiot, Apampas, as well as Arabambi Diot, these two guys were those who are tormenting Judas Abure. Unfortunately, a lot of the obedience stood behind Abure. Then his term ended. Okay? So Abure decided to organize his own congress without all the states, all of the state structure, like all the states in Nigeria. They were supposed to be part of it. Abure Shah organized one kangaroo one and declared himself re-elected as the Labour Party chairman. So now this is one that INEC said they didn't recognize and will never recognize. So this man has something to say on that.
Yes, Abure's tenure ended on June 9th, 2024. Starting from that moment, Labour Party was functioning and things were going on. That's where the transition committee came in and get things going on. And we have done so many things before the Umoja stakeholders. The fact is this: Abure's tenure is over irrevocably. There's no ramification, there's no argument that will extend it. What Abure had in March 27 was selection, not convection. Selection. We are not new to Nigerian politics and the way party conventions are being carried out. Just like the umpire said that the selection they did at Newi was contrary to the Nigerian Constitution, Electoral Act, Party Constitution, and all regulations. You cannot appoint somebody to vote for you. It's never been done. But then, there was a subsisting court judgment, consented court judgment, and several mediations that stipulated how party conventions, specifically Labour Party, should be held. It should not be done in closed door. It should be all-inclusive, all-expansive. It was not carried out. The tenure of Abure got expired. It's still part of the effort to reconcile the differences in Labour Party that the Abia State Governor, His Excellency, Governor Oti, and His Excellency Peter Obi came together to call stakeholders to move a way forward when it seems as if there's no solution working out, but we know there's a solution. So as it stands now, actually, there was a stakeholders meeting. After the stakeholders meeting, the neck of the party tried to give the meeting legitimacy to make it function. That is what is going on now. But the truth remains that Abure and his National Working Committee are no longer in charge.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that clarification. But we've also heard of the introduction of Callistus Okafor, who says is the new factional national chairman of the Labour Party. Can you explain what exactly is causing all these divisions and what you think is the way forward?
The issue of Callisto's citing consent judgment to be basis of him declaring himself as the national chairman of the Labour Party, whether he call it faction or whatever, where freedom of speech allow people to come up to say what they like. There's no factional national chairman of the Labour Party. Yes, Callisto Okafor was deputy national chairman of Labour Party. That was in 2018, 2019, and his tenure has expired. He was not able to effect the implementation of the consent judgment. He cannot remain in the office forever, only for him to come back now after it dawned on him that Abure's tenure, which he's supposed to be part of, because he was the deputy chairman of the party when Abure was the assistant secretary. That tenure, or whatever you call it, cannot remain forever. Even the consent judgment he talks about, he was not a party to consent judgment. You go through that consent judgment, his name is not there. What you have there is Labour Party. And Labour Party, even if the consent judgment assigned a particular responsibility to the deputy chairman of the Labour Party, it cannot be Callisto's because his tenure is over long ago. He cannot remain in the office forever and continue answering deputy chairman. So the responsibility should fall on whosoever at the moment that is the deputy chairman of the party that will do it. That's the issue of consistency in a system. What is, let me give you an instance. What you have in Nigeria is the office of the president is constant. But who occupies that office is not constant. You cannot remain president forever, but the president remains. But who occupies it differs. He was a former deputy national chairman of the Labour Party. There's no dispute about that one, and his tenure has expired. So there could not be any basis for him to declare himself. One thing about the law is that anybody can go to court. The court will hear you first before determining whether your case has merit or not. So that is the situation. I don't see it as factional because there is still one Labour Party in Nigeria. There's no faction in Labour Party. There may be disagreement in the leadership, but that does not amount to. Yes, Abure.
Wala not too much. Wala everywhere. Anyway, that is that on the Labour guys, okay? So this is me just coming back to have our usual afternoon or breakfast show as we recently introduced it onto this program, okay, or this platform. So I want to say thank you. So those of you who stumbled on this broadcast this morning, we've not had that in ages, and you know why. So I want to believe that that's us back, and I won't kind of like overstretch it. I'll let it grow on you. So thanks so much for participating in this one, and we can go get ready for later tonight. So if you ended up, if you have been here with me since morning, in the last 90 minutes, you haven't really paid your offering, which is like the broadcast, okay, share it, please do. I am going to see you later this evening. Inshallah. Thank you, and good afternoon to everyone.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary na ibi nọ́mbà one.
àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary na ibi nọ́mbà one.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe